Welcome to day 2 of the 60-day challenge. Now, I'll be straight up with you guys. Today did not go very good. I broke one of my rules, and I've already traded this morning here, so we're going to go over the trade in a bit. But I had FOMO, and it did not go well. And this is something that I promised you guys I'd be fully transparent about. So here I am. We're going to go over the trade, see what I did wrong, and we're going to see what I need to work on moving forward. So goal's still the same. We're still looking to pass the account, get a payout. I like to think of it as a higher low before a higher high. So I'd like to mention that everything I'm about to show you was live and before that it had actually happened. So the chart footage and the audio was live. Without further ado, let's go through the trade. Before I get into the trade from last night did unfortunately get stopped out, so we're down 250 from last night. Now, first thing I saw getting onto the charts here is this big 1 hour AMD. It was valid on the 15-minute time frames as well. So that was the first thing I saw. I hopped right into a trade just based off that entirely. Looking back at this now, this is where things got pretty ugly. I ended up getting out of that trade way too early. I thought that I jumped the gun a bit, and some could argue that I did. And so as soon as price started coming down, I exited the trade out of fear, lost probably 50 bucks on it, and what makes it worse is what happened next. Alright, so we're getting in late to this next trade here. Probably shouldn't have got out of that last one, but we're in now. The AMD is formed nicely. We're going to be targeting this liquidity to the buy side, and we'll see how this trade goes. Hopefully we can still get a nice continuation. So at this point I was feeling pretty pissed off, to be honest. By getting out of that last trade out of fear, I had missed my entire move up, and to make matters worse, my idea was pretty much spot on. So just to be fully transparent, I was pretty pissed off. I got into that trade late. I already had took a loss, and I'm trading again, which that alone is against my rules. And then I was just pure FOMO was that trade. Price was taking off. I didn't want it to keep going higher without me, so I entered late. Everything else completely just slipped my mind. I just wanted in the trade, and even looking back at it, it's just hard to watch almost how ugly this morning's trading session was. But it is something that I am going to be open with you guys with. Like I said, I'm going to be fully transparent. So by this time I was already pissed. I was in this trade purely off emotion, and it is probably something that I should have just simply shut the computer off at this point. So we'll see how that turned out. So we did get stopped out of that last trade. I'm going to be taking one more attempt at this. It seems that we were revisiting the consolidation range, and we may still go higher, so I'm going to trade once more with this idea. I am taking 3 trades, so probably isn't the greatest idea, but it still does have the idea is still valid, so we could still go higher here. This will definitely be my last trade regardless, though. We are down around 300 on the session already, so if I lose this one, we'll be down 500 something, and that'll be it for the session for sure. So we'll see how this trade goes here. Looks like we're probably going to be getting stopped out here soon. I'm not exactly sure, and yeah, there we are. Definitely going to be down on the session here. Not the best one. We'll probably have to go over some things, but we'll see. So as you can see, that was a pretty bad session there. Multiple rules I broke. And it just makes it harder when, your idea was honestly pretty right. And I just stopped myself out, basically out of fear, and I missed my entire move. So something definitely have to fix moving forward here. We'll go over the rules that I broke, and the main one of that session was obviously fear, missing out, and fear. Stopped myself out, and then I missed the biggest move, and then I entered late, and then I stopped myself out. I got stopped out, and then I entered again, still convincing myself that the idea was valid when really it was probably just marrying my bias, and I shouldn't be trading 3 trades at all. So I had fear, missing out, fear, and overtraded. So it's a pretty rough session, and like I said, it's all much harder when your idea was valid and you still end up with a steep negative day. So the P&L in the account is now at negative 650. Moving forward, I'm going to be trying my hardest to stick to the rules. I don't even necessarily care if I win or lose. The only thing that I need to focus on right now is, getting locked in with my rules and staying disciplined, and the results will follow with that. So definitely was a learning curve with this session here. Just don't let fear take the best of me. Once I'm in a trade, I'm in it for a reason, so I'm just gonna let it go. After all, my strategy does work. I just need to have trust in my edge. And so for day 3, tomorrow morning, I'm gonna be, like I said, just strictly focused on my rules, win or loss, and hopefully we can have a better session tomorrow and turn the P&L around. On the flip side, though, the only positive takeaway I could probably have from that session is my idea and bias was pretty much spot on. Like, my strategy definitely works good. It's just kind of cracking down on the mental side of things and kind of working things around. So should be good moving forward here as long as I just crack down. And yeah, I guess that's going to be it for the video, guys. Day 3 will be tomorrow. Hopefully we can have a better session and things can be a little more positive. We can turn the account around. So thanks for watching, guys. We'll see ya.